It's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats.
Fans of Caitlin Clark reacted angrily to ESPN's announcement, which aroused eyebrows by showcasing an unexpected person. But let's not pass up a unique opportunity for LeBron James, who has consistently backed Clark.
He was asked about Caitlin Clark. He said, I have a great deal of respect for her because I know exactly what it means to be drafted, to be the face of a franchise, and also get the scrutiny from a lot of people that don't believe you're ready for the next jump. And so me watching Caitlin, seeing what she's doing, I've been in support of her since day one because I remember myself going through that, and she has my support 100%. She is a transcendent player.
In a recent personal statement, he expressed his admiration for her and emphasized that he has supported her from the beginning, acknowledging the strain she experiences during her debut season.
So, at this point, you got to just laugh. 27 years, these lesbian, angry OGs have milled around on the periphery of the sports world. They've had a league simply because, well, the NBA felt like we better help our sisters out. So let's fund a league where, well, frankly, it makes us look good, doesn't cost us any real money.
It appears that LeBron's recent acclaim for Caitlin Clark may not sit well with the woke rulers. Given the tensions in the league, they might be quick to criticize him for backing a straight white girl. Caitlin Clark, a white girl, is now here. That shouldn't matter because aside from one sport, it doesn't matter in sports. That's all that matters in this sport. You know, those irate African-American lesbians who simply cannot stand it when a white female with a lot of attention enters their league. On the other hand, LeBron has good reason to admire Clark. He is aware of the difficulties that come with being a high draft pick and dealing with doubts about one's preparedness for the major leagues. Don't misunderstand. Don't make a mistake. The WNBA will experience many wonderful things because of Caitlin Clark. He respects Clark's journey and is fully behind her as she navigates this challenging atmosphere because he had similar uncertainties early in his career. She's attracting more spectators to her sport, which I think is fantastic. More individuals are interested in tuning in. Though I'm old enough to remember LeBron's rookie season, I have a lot of thoughts on him. I'm not going to dispute that the man was under a lot of pressure. To be honest, I used to be a big LeBron fan, which may surprise you to learn. However, as everyone is aware, those times are long gone. Even yet, he managed to handle the attention that was on him at the time. Before LeBron arrived, the NBA was in that post-Michael Jordan era. I recall that many people had doubts about me when I first joined the league at the age of 18. I can't help but encourage Caitlin when I watch her doing what she's doing because she's just waiting for me to fail. Since the beginning, I have supported her wholeheartedly because I understand what it's like to go through that. Did you mean to strike Caitlin in the eye when you attempted to swat her? If not, could you discuss what transpired during that play? I simply don't understand why I would want to strike someone in the eye. I don't even understand that, but I didn't. Actually, I was unaware that I had struck her. Be careful, you really don't want to annoy Brittany Griner when Dee Carrington is on the line. Diana Taurasi will not be happy, and neither will she. In frustration, I can picture Cheryl Swoops flipping a table. And who knows what Barbie is doing today unapologetically. What is she doing? No one manages it as well as she does. We have creepy-ass Doyle, Greg. Thank you for being here. The only thing Kennedy Carter does as she's knocking her ass into the freaking next week is say, hey, let me drop 20 on your head. Then we have Angel Reese's idiot. She's just dumb now. I'm sorry about Angel Reese. She's making a lot of effort to be someone she's not, an intelligent person. Once more, LeBron James is supporting Caitlin Clark. He is indeed. And it's clear he always jumps up to defend her when she is criticized. On my podcast, the general manager of Indiana Fever to me that she had to leave the NBA because to players using offensive racist epithets at Caitlin Clark, the majority of them are white bitches. That's the players after all. A celebrity like LeBron will never give Dee Carrington and Kennedy the kind of recognition they deserve. We understand basketball, don't we, Indiana fans? Purdue University in Indiana. That thing is never heard. Leaving Pacer games or Purdue, Notre Dame, or Indiana games. That's something you never hear. Since it's a copycat, you will know. For him, this is a rare victory. He confirmed what I was thinking when he mentioned how LeBron and, in the past, Charles Barkley has criticized WNBA players for their jealousy of Caitlin Clark. Man, you women out there are so petty. LeBron, you're absolutely correct about these females' hatred of Caitlin Clark. You are all petty girls. Since guys are the most insecure group in the world, I anticipate that they will be petty. You should give that girl a lot of credit for securing you all private charters, as well as for the money and attention she is bringing to the WNBA. Here, LeBron is deserving of praise. He hasn't had many victories recently, but this one is perfect. This season, Caitlin Clark has greatly increased WNBA attendance and viewership, but avoid being as petty as men. Give her the flowers and listen to what she's accomplished. All you women out there, please stop being so petty. She got charters for you all. You guys are being petty, even if she is bringing all of this money to the table. LeBron, you're absolutely correct. Stop being so petty, females. Thank you for bringing so much wealth and fame to the WNBA, Caitlin Clark. However, gate revenue is a crucial area that is sometimes disregarded. The extent to which fans are prepared to pay to go to games. Democrats, it's Frankie. I'm at the atmosphere of Fever game is terrible. Well, hold on a minute. DeJohnette's eyelashes were being made fun of by the woman behind me. Attend a game and listen to Travis Kelce's hairstyle. I mean, only stopped when my partner urged her to quit being racist and turned around. But hold on a minute. Is it suddenly racist to discuss someone's eyelashes? This season, gate receipts for certain games reached $2 million. With an average of 9,987 spectators per game, the WNBA announced a stunning 48% increase in regular season attendance over 2023. A cartoonishly phony dinner that, what in the world is her name, Frankie? I have no idea what his name is. Have you ever attended a game? Never. You mean a MAGA hat hurt you? Tonight, I will write about what happened to me. Tonight was the first NBA game I've ever felt frightened at. Oh, hold on a minute. Subscribe here. Head over and subscribe to Frankie. With 154 sellouts, 2,353,735 spectators attended games overall, the most in 22 years. It's a significant increase from just 45 last year. To be honest, I think this is lovely, I think the entire situation is fantastic as it has shown how pathetic these folks are. There is no denying Clark's influence. 3 games this season drew more than 20,000 spectators with A. 20,711 people attended the Fever VS Mystics game, setting a record. The NBA must defend its players from offensive tweets. Look, women, shut down social media for heaven's sake. On the court, stop being racist, give up referring to the white player as a bitch. The Fever played the Aces in the other 2 highly attended games, which drew 20,366 spectators. Then another game at 20,333 against the Mystics. The Fever also broke the Liberty's previous record of 340,715 home attendance for a single season, which had been in place since 2001. Even after football had arrived, Caitlin Clark and the Fever remained still. And we stated we were going to see and observe if Caitlin Clark's popularity continued into September, when college and NFL football is played, and she was still able to draw in over 1 million people. ESPN emphasized this accomplishment by pointing out that the WNBA saw its highest viewership in 22 years this season, with 2.3 million viewers. Perhaps our nation's biggest sports celebrity right now is a young woman from Iowa. It was not long before the obvious became apparent. Despite featuring Caitlin Clark's image in their posts, ESPN seems to minimize her contribution to breaking records. They keep attempting to fit in other players like Aja Wilson, which is shocking, rather than giving Clark the recognition she merits. The statistics unequivocally demonstrate that the Caitlin Clark effect is causing ripples in the league, and fans are not buying it. Since we only recently saw the game, let's face it, those numbers are accurate. How many people watched? About 1.84 million people watched Aja's game on TV, compared to just about 494,000 for. No comparison can be made. Caitlin Clark is making a huge difference. In any case, how is Aja related to this post? Who's the person standing beside Caitlin? The fact that they are displaying these figures now because they are aware that the viewership will drastically decline for the remainder of the playoffs is amusing. To be honest, I'm eager to see those figures. It's going to be awful, awful. This has nothing to do with Aja because she was in the league the previous season. Since Caitlin Clark is currently making headlines in the league, many people are undoubtedly wondering what's going on. Wilson appears in the graphic, but why? She was completely unrelated to fans aren't holding back for sure. Aside from the original WNBA activists and Angel Reese's fans, the new audience of 2 to 2.5 million people who follow Caitlin Clark from college is criticizing the media. The attempts to minimize Clark's accomplishments and elevate other players are evident to them. Caitlin Clark is undoubtedly the main contributor to this upsurge. The media will encounter criticism if they attempt to change the story. At the box office is Caitlin Clark. This is what she's doing. Additionally, rather of acknowledging her. Oh, you poo-poo in the old guard. That's what you attempted to make it about. You guys have never discussed the old guard in such a way. Without Caitlin Clark, did you watch the WNBA playoffs? The likelihood is you didn't, and it doesn't appear that many other people did. Additionally, they all remain the pro, of course. In some situations, she let her teammates take over and help her relax while she was still playing the game and being herself on the court and coping with a lot of bullshit and noise off the court. The audience size fell from 1.82. From millions to just 161,000. It's more than a little dip. The plunge is tremendous. From now on, Caitlin Clark can be used as a benchmark for measuring noise levels around basketball games. In the future, we will be able to say, well, this is comparable to what Caitlin Clark had to deal with because there was a lot of noise and she handled it. We must now ask whether the WNBA is having difficulties. Without its newest celebrities, I really like the issue you raised with Caitlin Clark. Of the bullshit she encountered off the court, we must keep in mind that she has a box office record. Even though it wasn't her, she was a major attraction, and numerous narratives have been connected to her. Most recently, the entire Cheryl Swoops incident. All of this was related to Cheryl Swoops. She always had something to deal with when you turned around. Let's give Clark a minute of gratitude. She didn't simply enter the league. She had a profound effect. I love that, which is why I bring it up. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, consider this from the standpoint of a beginner. At the end of the regular season, Caitlin Clark led the league in assists and three-pointers made, and she led rookies in scoring field goals, three-point field goals, assists, steals, and minutes played. Take a moment to consider that. As Shannon states, you are eventually a member of the first team. As a result, we placed 4th in the league for MVP. Her help made the Indiana Fever, a nearly unknown team, a postseason contender. They attempted to minimize her by stating you were praising her excessively, the ladies before her, which ladies preceded her. They cannot retract. Caitlin Clark is connected. Many tried to keep Caitlin Clark in her position since giving her so much credit devalues their own achievements. Caitlin Clark's success doesn't devalue Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie, Lauren Jackson, Diana Taurasi, Simone Augustus, or other great players. Imagine moving from unknown to headliner that rapidly. However, we should have credited her. We noticed attendance, ratings, and sales, but you want to focus on something else. The women who laid the groundwork, how about this? How about it? Caitlin Clark is connected. Now, for the worrying, Clark's absence is hurting the league's TV ratings. Fans seem to have left once the frenzy subsided. Thus, the fundamental question remains, does the WNBA overly on one player? If she disappeared, what would happen?